This is your WW3 news of a Saturday morning. I'm here in Pontedera on an errand. Well, first thing I heard on the news this morning was, yes, yet another base got hit by Iranian missiles. And people do not seem to understand these Iranian chappies are not pushovers. And they attacked an American base. I think it was in Saudi Arabia, one of those places there. Obviously, many military experts, in case of a future conflict, these bases are subject to heavy attacks. They're not exactly armed to the teeth, like Prince Sultan base, which was totally destroyed. And we don't know much about that, of the casualties. You know, they rolled out, let's say, 150, it could be more than that. Some say it could be even 3,000 casualties. And regarding the French aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle, it was geolocated by someone using a so-called fitness app on board. Now, how stupid can you get? You're doing fitness on board on a military warship, and an enemy can track you down. Oh, fuck's sake. You know, that is really ape shit stuff. Really laughs his socks off. No wonder at the beginning the Americans had the humiliating start off, and Trump realised they have to send more Marines. You think 10,000 Marines? There won't be enough. You can send in who you bloody like the reservists. This will be another Vietnam for them, and then we start drafting up other people. Now, Trump's intent is to lure other NATO nations. How's he going to pull this off? He's going to pull it off because all of them will fall in line with the American narrative. And all the Americans need is a false flag event. They'll try to pull it off with radiological events in Iran. American base gets hit. Who knows? But mind you, if they're going to be drafted in America and the Western countries never get pulled in, you can bet your booties in time they'll be needing fresh cannon fodder. Yes, the military conscription or draft, what the fucking hell you call it, they're going to send you to war, which no one asked for. Mind you, the Russians and the Chinese have been very, very quiet on this. Some intel says as soon as Americans put boots on the ground on Iran, the Chinese, they will go for Taiwan, or Taipei as they say, which is an essential technical industrial network, because they're the ones who manufacture the sophisticated AI microchips, which whoever has them, who produces them, they'll probably have a technical advantage on their adversary. So, you know, the West seems to underestimate the consequences. They know they're out of control, but they're not going to say it to you. This is what they probably want in the first place. And there's a thing which they're probably going to try to pull off. Control lateral damage. Reduce as a minimum possibility. Well, try to keep a lid on this incident from the world, it won't last that long, you know. And all you know is a scenario of World War III. And there you are. Don't expect this war will be lasting for brief periods. No. There's too many interests in the middle. The industrial defence complex. The gravy train for them. You can't stop it for peace. Despite how many people in the future are going to die. Probably sent over in this so-called scenario of World War III. And obviously they're preparing the psyops for the Western civilians to run around a flag, create a boogeyman, which mostly is going to be the Iranians at the end of the day. Let's go back to the facts. They need a false flag event. And like this, you convince the people they're enemies and start kick-starting a nation which goes into war mode. You know, a bit like the Second World War, but this is a little bit more different. Whatever else you can do asymmetric warfare. All those thousands of illegals which they send over, it's not by chance they come over. Like I mentioned in the other video, they were trained in Belarusia. A bit like Operation Gladio, a Trojan Horse invasion. You know, they fake themselves as so-called asylum seekers, or what you would call it, fake refugees. They are paramilitary trained and very aggressive, and they're ordered to attack anyone that gets in their way, from border guards to police officers, even civilians. May explain why you hear in the Western European news that these immigrants are violent towards people, they're involved in violent crimes. That's the fact, because they're violent and they were trained to do so. So anything from now until the new video could happen. It's been like watching an episode of Thunderbirds. You know, anything can happen in the next half an hour. The only thing is, if there's anyone left around, stay tuned.